Have you ever faced a financial crisis due to unexpected expenses? It's a scenario that's all too common. Financial stability is a cornerstone of a stress-free life, and yet, it can be undermined by sudden, unforeseen expenses. It's like walking a tightrope, and suddenly the wind picks up. Imagine dealing with a medical emergency, or an urgent car repair. Perhaps you've experienced a sudden job loss that left you reeling. These are not mere hypothetical scenarios but real-life situations that many individuals encounter. Financial hiccups like these can send shockwaves through your life, turning your world upside down. The truth is, life is unpredictable. Our financial situation, robust as it may seem today, is not immune to the whims of fate, but fear not, for there is a solution. You can prepare for these financial storms by building an emergency fund. To be financially secure, you need to plan for these unexpected expenses by building an emergency fund. It's not just a safety net, it's your peace of mind. You may wonder, what is an emergency fund? Well, imagine it as a financial safety net. It's a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful, and the last thing you want is to be worrying about money in the midst of it all. An emergency fund serves as your financial buffer. It's there to catch you when you're on the verge of a financial fall, be it a sudden job loss, a car breakdown, or an unexpected medical bill. It's not just about having extra money, it's about giving yourself peace of mind and the ability to keep your financial plan on track, even when life takes an unanticipated turn. So, it's vital for your financial well-being. It's your monetary cushion that keeps you afloat in rough waters and helps you avoid the spiral of debt. An emergency fund, therefore, becomes your financial shock absorber, preventing you from falling into debt. The next question that arises is, how much should you save in your emergency fund? Well, there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer to this. The amount you need to save depends on various factors, including your monthly expenses, financial obligations, and the stability of your income. A good starting point is to consider your essential monthly expenses. These include things like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, and any debt repayments you have. Once you've calculated this, you can start to set a target for your emergency fund. Now, a widely accepted rule of thumb is to aim for 3 to 6 months' worth of these essential expenses. If your income is more stable, you might lean towards the lower end of this range, but if your income is less predictable, you might want to aim for the upper end. The size of your emergency fund largely depends on your personal circumstances and financial obligations. So take the time to figure out what makes sense for you. Building an emergency fund is not an overnight task, but a gradual process. It takes time, discipline, and a well-thought-out plan. So, how exactly do we go about it? Firstly, you need to determine the amount you need in your emergency fund. This amount varies from person to person, and is influenced by factors such as your monthly expenses, debt, and lifestyle. It's generally recommended to have enough to cover 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. However, if you have dependents or a large amount of debt, you might want to aim for a higher amount. Once you've determined the amount, the next step is setting a monthly saving goal. This goal should be realistic and achievable, taking into account your income and other financial obligations. For instance, if your target fund is $10,000 and you can afford to save $200 a month, it will take around 4 years to reach your goal. Next, you need to choose a savings account for your emergency fund. Look for an account that offers a high interest rate, no monthly fees, and easy access to your money in case of an emergency. Ideally, this account should be separate from your regular checking account to discourage impulsive spending. Finally, it's time to start making regular contributions to your fund. This is where discipline comes into play. Consider setting up automatic transfers to your savings account on payday, so you won't forget or be tempted to spend the money elsewhere. If possible, try to contribute extra money when you receive a bonus or tax refund. Building an emergency fund might seem daunting at first, but remember, every little bit helps. Even saving a small amount each month can add up over time. And once you've reached your goal, don't stop there. Continue to contribute and grow your fund. After all, it's always better to have more than less when it comes to financial security. Remember, consistency is key in building a successful emergency fund. So start today and take the first step towards financial peace of mind. Once you have your emergency fund, how do you maintain and use it effectively? This is a question that many savvy savers often ask. Maintaining your emergency fund requires regular reviews and adjustments. It's not a one-and-done deal. You've got to keep your eye on it. Why? Because life changes. Maybe you've moved to a city with a higher cost of living, or perhaps you've started a family. These changes can affect how much you need in your emergency fund. Regularly reviewing your fund helps to ensure it stays relevant to your current financial situation. Now let's talk about using your emergency fund. It's there for a reason, right? But remember, it's called an emergency fund for a reason. It's not for that shiny new gadget you've been eyeing or for a spontaneous weekend getaway. It's for real financial emergencies. Think unexpected medical bills, sudden job loss, or urgent car repairs. It's for those "I didn't see that coming" moments. So, you've had an emergency, you've dipped into your fund, what do you do next? The answer is simple: you replenish it. As soon as you're back on your feet, make it a priority to restore your fund to its full strength. It's like a safety net. Once you've fallen and it's caught you, you've got to mend it before you can rely on it again. And let's not forget, maintaining an emergency fund isn't just about the money. It's also about peace of mind. Knowing you have a buffer against life's financial surprises can reduce stress and provide a sense of security. In conclusion, maintaining and effectively using your emergency fund involves regular reviews, understanding what constitutes a true emergency, and replenishing the fund after use. It's not just a savings account, it's a financial safeguard. It's a testament to your financial foresight and resilience. With an emergency fund, you are better equipped to handle financial surprises. So, start building your emergency fund today.